that was phase one, if you will. And now we are embarking on phase two, and we are doing it with Vitruvio with a project that we are calling ARtiFACT. So, ARtiFACT is about preserving and promoting cultural assets, but in a way that's durable, discoverable, accessible, experiential, and monetizable. So, this can be a win win. While the protocol is more focused on the technology and ultimately making money, right? ARtiFACT as a project is something that other organizations can replicate. So I'm talking about foundations around the world, governments around the world, etc., can essentially take ARtiFACT as is and replicate it at scale. So how will ARtiFACT work? So basically, it's a multi-step process. The first step is we will provide through Vitru Studio the ability for an organization or a government to register cultural assets at scale. We are not talking 5 or 50, we are talking thousands of assets, and put them in a durable manner on the blockchain. The second step then is to add metadata for these cultural assets. What the metadata does is make them discoverable. Also, if you recollect, I talked about the fact that we support standards-based metadata conforming to the linked art model, and that linked art subject is essentially the standard for a lot of museums around the world. Pretty much every museum that has anything substantial supports linked art, and that's exactly the metadata standard we are following here. The step 3 is we will create a virtual museum for these artifacts. So that's where the ARtiFACT application comes into play. That's an application we, as the Vitruvio protocol, will provide, and it will be possible for these organizations to create virtual museums that could be 2D, could be 3D in the metaverse, but ultimately our goal is to make all those cultural artifacts that would otherwise be sort of hidden or impossible to see accessible. Step 4, and this is where it gets really excited. We are basically building the augmented reality engine for art on the web. And in fact, we're going to make it where every artist, for every artwork that they submit, it's automatically AR enabled. It's their choice if they actually want to have assets that show up when you scan with AR. But right now with Vitru Studio, we're making everything automatically augmented reality enabled. So these cultural assets will be augmented reality enabled. And that's where the name ARtiFACT actually comes from. The AR is the augmented reality. And the fact is, when you scan the image of whatever it is, whether it's a sculpture or a painting or a carving on a stone or a wood or anything, you will see more facts about it come in augmented reality space. You can see where the artifact came from. Maybe you can see a video of them excavating it, or if it's a current artist making it, you can have more facts about what it took to create it, what media it uses, etc. So we want to create a really immersive experience and make it possible for these cultural artifacts to actually be experienced by people. So it's highly experiential. The last one is we want people who look at these things and have pride in their culture, have pride in their nation, or even just want to support, indigenous artists, to mint them. And the funds then go back to the foundation, or better yet, the actual indigenous artists, to help them sustain their quality of life. So this is sort of the circle of flow that we are building. And all it takes is our architecture that we've already built with asset base. But so with Nanum, with the ARtiFACT project, we will be launching with mainnet on this. And hopefully this serves as a template. We will promote it in every sort of cultural and heritage magazine or publication we can find. And this will invite other foundations and other governments which have a lot of capital to deploy in this area to use Vitruvio as the standard for preserving cultural heritage and cultural artifacts around the globe. So that's what we want to do. We are really excited about it.